Pow Wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Pow number 7, and I'm super excited to be with you guys today. As always, we'll dive into the love of the community. Then we'll talk about what's happening on SwissBorg network with some new earn strategies, some new alpha rewards, but more importantly, a big unveil of the product update of how the product is going to finally be able to customize and offer you the best platform for you to manage your wealth in the easiest and most convenient way. And then talk about as well what's happening on the markets. Obviously, with all this shenanigans happening, with these president coins going from billions to zero, what is the future of these fair launches? And how is this crazy, scamish, greedy type of people sniping and just dumping on retail going to evolve? As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. So, Sally in the house. This is a great question about Doge, and I will answer you this right now. So, long story short, Doge has been on the BNB token, on the BNB platform, within SwissBorg. And are we going to change this? And the question will be answered very shortly. Meme of the week, and this has a lot to do with what's happening. Crypto market's crazy. Things are just bananas. People are putting too much effort in sniping and doing all these type of crazy things and blah, 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 blah. What you should be doing is just diligent work, 1 hour a day maximum, in order to understand where is your wealth heading within the SwissBorg ecosystem. And I think you could do it just where the guy is on a beach. You could do it wherever you want. You don't need to put your tie. You don't need to have 20 screens. All of that's bullshit. I've been there. I've done that for 10 years. You don't do performance as I've been doing for the last 8 years in crypto. It's just not like that. It's done. SwissBorg and reviews of the year. I just want to shout out to a few of them right there. I'll just shout out very funny ones here. Want to shout out Too Expensive from Crypto 91. I want soon and rather to be served of God of the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you for the 5 stars. I don't know what this application is or what's it good for, so I can't judge it. Sorry. Thank you, Celine. I don't know why you give it 3 star. I invested 40 euros, left 29 euros, lost 11. Farewell, SwissBorg. I'm sorry for that, Michelle, but that's the game. You have to lose in order to win. Ben, like the massage, all that. And dear Cyrus, I mean, seriously, what a man, a leader, authentic guy. I know you for a while, and I must say bravo. P.S. If you don't want to write a review, copy-paste this. Copy this. I was told that you might get a free airdrop. Apple, this is a joke. I'm Cyrus. I don't know who that is. Thank you very much as well. And last but not least, in my opinion, the best exchange platform in the world. Never before has an application been dedicated to facilitating management and analysis of your investments in the crypto market, what's not within everyone's reach. SwissBorg is helping to change that. Thank you, Fabrice, for that. It means a lot. And just this episode is going to be very well for this, because I'm going to tell you exactly how the future of the SwissBorg app is going to be. So now let's get into the bullshit. We've seen the Trump coin, the Millennial coin, a lot of pump and dumps. And this has been already in 2017, but now it's just changed, right? Back in 2017, the thing was that you would get listed on sexes. The sex would take a lot of tokens, pump the price, and then dump it on retail. And that's still being done. Many Chinese exchange, international exchange really do those practices. They take 10-15% of supply and they just dump it. But they usually try to pump it before that way, which has changed a bit now in this cycle. We should dump it right away. And you see that old tokens are listing on the biggest exchange are not doing very well. The now is a bit different. And I think this is something that we could really talk about, which is the president's coins. So let's dig right into the president coins. So as you see, Libra has been probably one of the worst case, where the Argentinian president was very excited about this new way to launch a Trump coin. And there was a card that did that last week, Central African Republic, that tried to do the same thing. And there's always the same pattern, which is pump and dumps. These pump and dumps are, always happen in the world of crypto. That's completely, I would say, common. But here we see it's almost as an organized crime. And CoffeeZilla had made a great video about this, but this is getting worse and worse. We're seeing that people that promote these fair launches are doing the worse than what centralized exchanges are doing, because they're just dumping in one straight. They're like literally very stupid about it. Like the sexes were probably, getting a fair amount of these tokens, like 5, 10, 20, 15% of the time, but they would sell it in a smart way because they would understand that this is the best way for them to accumulate even more money for them and not to wreck everyone from their platform. Here, there's nothing out of that. It's just wrecked everyone. And this is really where it gets sad. It's just like, oh, let's pump it and just wreck it and get as much as money as possible and flee like if this was, some disease or whatsoever, which they are always in the initial project out of it. So a lot of people are signing insider information trading whatsoever. What is clear here is that we have few groups that are very attached from the millennia launch of the token to the Xavier Millet, exactly the same team, right? And Javier Millet, he pushed his token first and then the dump was started, so he got out of it. And he's like, oh, I'm not, I didn't push this token whatsoever. You completely do. And you just completely, unfortunately, trusted the wrong people. And the wrong people here, how to press them out, is that there are a few market makers, a few investors that are behind there, but there's the platforms itself. There's the founding team of Jupiter with Meteor that are completely in these trenches and are sharing these information and helping essentially their own gang to put into this. So this is a very, very delicate situation where we're seeing that all these people that are for the decentralization, all that, no, it's not, just to take market shares. And I seriously believe that Jupiter has to really react from this, because they could say, oh, it's just that, my co-founder didn't really know. No, that's completely bullshit. That's completely wrong. We know very well what they were doing. They're in this business for some time. And they were essentially saying to, their alleged friends, come on my platform. I'll give you a percentage to make sure that you're using Meteor or whatsoever. And then I'll dump on all my stupid users that are like all creating like, oh, these are the best guys because they're doing X's. So this is something that unfortunately is a real sickness that we've seen in crypto. And as much as I love meme, this is really the sad part of meme, which is we try to abuse communities to serve only very few amount of people. It's worse than what you see in TradFi. It's worse we see in Sets, because it's really the worst of the worst of the worst type of people. And I think so. It's definitely something that has to be addressed. I seriously believe that there'll be repercussions on that. I hope at least that people that are part of these communities will, to some will be attacked in terms of legal deployment whatsoever. But potentially there'll be some arrests. But what I do know, what is clear about here, is that there's a need for new platforms. And I have nothing bad to say, for example, versus Pump.fun. I don't think so. This has anything to do with there. But what is very important is that you will have to have better platforms in order to bring digital identities, to bring curation, and to make sure that people who do participate in the early stage, good for them, but they have to be acting in a good way. Like if you bought a token in the beginning, in the first seconds, and you're able to do 10,000% and dump it right on people right after, it's a bit weird. It's just weird. Like you're just front running people, and then you're doing exit liquidity very rapidly, right? I really don't get it. I never did any of this. I never wanted to do any of this. And if there's a lot of money to be made, but on what practices, right? Your wallets are tainted for life, and it just feels wrong. So I really believe that this will change. On this, there was a lot of people that lost a lot of money. When you think about it, there was over $100 million, I think, so it was made out of this huge red candle, which is very sad. Now, how can you get best from that, right? How do you get great ICOs? Great ICOs again. How do you get ICOs great again? And that was our logo and slogan in 2019, I think so. There's definitely a need for this. BorgPad is working on different initiatives. There's digital identity, obviously, with Galactica. There's a lot of different ways to improve this. And I really hope that the space is going to evolve in a way that fair launches is going to have a new practice. It's just not about launching a random token. It's just stupid to do that. That's just stupid, because people just will then, early people will just tap into it, just pump it and dump it. And I understand it to some extent, whereas that in memes, many of these meme coins don't have a real value in it, which is besides their community. But if you dump on your community, that means there's no value at all in the entire token. So these people, hopefully it will change. I think that fundamentally as well, people have to realize that, buy real tokens. Undo, Borg, Aave, people that have tokens that really have a very strong use case and that have a strong community and have a business model to it, right? Thanks to Butthole and all these tokens are great for speculation and they're fun for trading. But at the end, well, yeah, rug pulling is not cool. So now what does that mean to be of Solana? This is a very interesting moment. So Solana has been pumped majorly because of memes. And let's face it, not that memes is the only value that Solana has, just to make things very clear. Solana has one of the best technology, and I'll never change that. This is how we are able to bring all the dexes. But Solana has had a lot of activity through the memes, and that's how they dominated late Q4 2023 and 2024, and even the first month of 2025. Now we're in a period where I don't believe memes are going to do well. I think that this is too much, and I think again going back to it, you need fundamentals. So there's a big sell-off yesterday and this morning too. There's going to continue, I think, to see some blood from Solana. I still haven't sold my Solana, just a little bit. I think so. I sold some at 250. I still kept like 2/3 of my Solana, which when I was at 280 when Trump took it out, I just felt like I wanted to sell it, and I was like, oh, it's Saturday. Let's not do it, and I should have. Now I'm not as bullish as on Solana as I was, to be very honest. I think even if there's a lot of deep in projects or whatsoever on it, there's great DeFi applications as well. I think that there's going to be a need to reinvent a new narrative, and this narrative has to be done through, I believe, in DeFi. I think the fundamentals going to be bringing back, and it's going to be very good for SwissBorg. And the real DeFi applications that are being pushed right now is the trading of meme coin only, I would say. There's no like other big things on Solana for now. Obviously, there's some restaking with the Jito and now staking with Jito and restaking obviously with Cyrus, which is great. But it's not as crowdy and as busy as what's happening on Ethereum. So my convictions right now is Ethereum. Ethereum is definitely the queen that has not been the like on the spotlight. But I would really bet on this current semester that Ethereum is going to do very well whenever the market is going to revamp. Now let's talk about our dear Borg. Obviously, Borg is gaining upward momentum, which is good. The big support right now is 30 cents. Obviously, we're playing around it. The good thing is that there's been more volatility within it, so that's a better way to create a formation. We've been floating many times with the 39 cent, which is the pain resistance. So this is pretty much where we are. We got some oversold. We talked about this already last week, so nothing more new than that. But the good news is that we're almost 160,000 Borgers in the app. So pretty much everything's red. Mantra is still doing well, which is crazy. It's definitely the token for the last 9 months. Besides that, Cake has done a bit well because there was more trading activity that was driven through that other Ponzi, which was organized by CZ or misinterpreted by CZ, who did the broccoli thing. So, which was his dog. But long story short, Cake has done well for this, which is good. Product update. This is where it gets very exciting, guys. So have you noticed we've added, a very big amount of tokens, 80 plus tokens in the last 4 or 5 months, and we still want to become the biggest marketplace where they have all the different tokens. And many people have talked to me like, oh, but it's weird to have like these tokens, all these different tokens don't really appeal to me. And that's completely normal. And the idea behind it is going to be the following, which is we want to create a marketplace following your needs. And it's true that if there's many tokens that are deep in or DeFi are not interested in that, you will not be actually seeing them as much as others ones. So we really want to, build an app platform which is customized for you. But right now what we're going to do is, and this is going to be very exciting, we're going to have hopefully soon different revamps of the app, like every 2-3 weeks. And one of them is going to be the token of the day. So you're going to have on top the token of the day within your today screen. And it is going to tell you why this token is an interesting one, right? This one, for example, is Morpho, and you say how many people have invested in it. I could be as well a trending token. I could be the most traded token. It could be the biggest holder grower. So like how many people in the app have been growing this. A lot of different insights enable you to discover tokens and investment opportunities in a better way possible. So hopefully this will be really good and enable you to have, a better today homepage. So now, bit similar what happens on, like, for example, Amazon and whatsoever. The idea here is to see, like, okay, based on your profile, we could say, like, if you're now buying Radium token, so that means you're DeFi and you're into Solana, there's maybe high chances that you want not only to be exposed to DEXs, but as well to lending platforms on Solana network. So Camino, for example, could be a very good token for that. And not only that we will be that based on like different industries and what you're investing, but as well based on what other people are doing. So if you have like similar profiles, we could say that, oh, well, this other portfolio has been adding this. Would you be interested, right? So these are really things that I think we believe could bring you a great amount of value and could help you to basically on market trends and in different investment opportunities to say like, oh, well, maybe this is a good time for you to check how look at this one. Here in the marketplace, we just talked about this. This could be promoted tokens as well. So promoted tokens, we'll talk about it more in the future. But here you can see like the promoted tokens, what they are. So any company or would be able to do that. I'm not going to say how it's going to be done, but it's a great way again to show again if like people had invested, what are the other people doing, or you could promote different tokens, or project could eventually promote, or you could promote any tokens that you want as well. So we're going to try to find a way how we could put this in place. And just a little hint here, what if the Borg could decide about that? That could be a huge thing about the Borg. What do you think? So what's your thoughts there? Don't want to leak too much thing, but maybe, but just maybe, we could have a nice referendum on that. Then there's one to take profits. And obviously it's a bit of a controversial one because you never know which one you want. But if you're on your core or you're on your satellite, things could be very different, right? So if you're on your satellite, you should be able to take a lot of profits, right? If you're on your core, I haven't sold most of my Bitcoins and my Ethereum and almost nothing in my Borg tokens. I just have carried along with them, and that has been a very good strategy. I do have, 30% of my portfolio within my core that I buy and sell, and I try to get better at this, and I think so that's a good way for me to enhance essentially my performance. But on the satellite side, especially in the second cycle where I didn't sell anything, I really got burnt and many of my satellites went to zero. On the last cycle, I sold a lot of my satellites, like half of them at least. I sold them and I took profits on all of it, and I did very well. I made a very big amount of profits on these satellites. In this last cycle, this is something I'm trying to do as well, right? So I got out of like 2/3 of my positions on many of my meme coins. Not all of them, but many. And at least like what you see in this example would be like, well, you just did 800% on Bonk. Maybe it's time for you to cash up some of it, right? And I think so this is a very good thing because, a lot of people could say, oh, this guy you got out too early. It's always to exit early, to never exit, especially with satellites, right? With Bitcoin, other things you keep forever, it doesn't matter. Just, you could eventually live it long and it doesn't matter, right? 10 years from now, you'll still be very happy about it. SwissBorg and Undo, I don't know why this one was not listed. Apologies this wasn't. A lot of people are very excited about it. I thought it was in the app, to be honest. So great that is here. And Undo, if you don't know what Undo is, it's very easy. Undo is one of the main RWA. It says backers, which is pretty much all the banks. They're here to create products through DeFi. So they've done quite well with money market funds that could be used on chain, and hopefully there'll be more things going forward. So there you go, Dodge. The real Dodge is in, which is very nice. And you probably noticed that now you really have Dogecoin chain. So the Dodge chain, the original one on it, the SwissBorg app. More exciting things as well is that we will have new networks, new L2s for USDC. We will have it with Arbitrum and Optimism, which is really great. So you'll finally be able to, send your Arbitrum to SwissBorg or send it out. And Optimism, same thing. And congrats to my dear friends here from the Swiss German part to CVAI. The Engine Launcher token was done very well yesterday. They raised $100,000, which went very well thanks to the first hour. So congrats to you guys. Featured token is Fwog. Obviously, it's down 50%, so not the best time, but it's still really cute. Current strategy is with Borgy. If you don't know what Borgy is our community lovely token. It's our little meme that we love and wants to do something really good. Wants to save you from being wrecked. There was no pump and dumps. Obviously, the price is not as high, but the community is still there. The people working behind it is still there, and they're trying to make a lot of cool stuff. So I love the fact that you'll have a 2x boost for the first month. In order to get 40% APY for the lovely Borgy token holders. So if you're interested in it, just make it happen. Alpha rewards, and there's new opportunities here, which is very exciting. Now it's all about move. The thing is to be able to have exposure to 2 different airdrops. The risk obviously is high, but this is going to be very interesting. You're just going to be able to deposit your Ether, and like Eigenlayer and many other different wonderful alpha rewards, you'll be able to farm beautiful points that will convert into tokens, and you'll get them airdropped only exclusively within the SwissBorg app. So check that out. Based on your premium level, you will have the possibility to get in because I think so the size won't be limited. Marketing update, what is happening? Hello to everyone that was in Paris last week. It was really cool to have many people attending this event. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. We're having a very nice event happening in Extrême Verbier, which is going to be the biggest free world tour. Scan the code there. What will happen in end of March. We'll have different VIP packages whatsoever for people who want to attend them. And it'll be a great way for us to have great exposure within the Valaisan community, but the international one, because Verbier is one of the biggest thing. Talking about lovely community and exposure. Long story short, really nice that Bien is pushing SwissBorg, and they're winning matches, by the way, which is nice. Sorry for my friends in Geneva, but they're doing well. So I think so that's thanks to the SwissBorg love, which is fantastic. And EHC is our new friend. So let's hope that this exposure gets well. In terms of exposure, I heard we're gonna do something with Servette as well in Geneva, but this time it's football, not hockey. So more and more sponsorships and pushing the SwissBorg love to every canton in Switzerland and abroad. And talking about that, tomorrow night there is the Burgers table in Zurich, but as well I'm going to be in the Crypto Valley at the Shed, which is a great place. If you want to go attend it, please come. It's going to be it's going to be open night for the Shed, so we're going to have some drinks. I'm going to have a short presentation, so looking forward to that. More events happening, and obviously the intro to the cryptos and how to go from zero to hero will be happening around Switzerland with our beautiful partner Tesla. And scan this if you're interested in it. The next one is happening on the 26th, and it's in Moulin. I don't know where that is, to be honest. And that's the quietest spot, by the way. And Borg assembly next week is for you guys. Yes, this is going to happen. We're going to talk about the XPs and the meritocratic rewards, but we're going to have a big question as well, which is about how the Borger is going to be able to contribute to the... Nah, waited for next week, guys. Borg and some data, we did okay, 320,000, which is nice. A little bit more in staking, which is nice. And holders in the app is almost 160,000. We're 300 away. Next week, we should be there. Let's hope that, or the following. Unfortunately, though, for SwissBorg app and data, not as good as the previous weeks, but 2,000 still KYC users, which is good, and 4.5 million inflows, but the volume is a bit low compared to the previous week. And brings us to Community Index, cast your score, it's 7.3, still a good one. Social Meta did very well, that helped a lot, and Borg holders as well. Oh, and one more thing. Beautiful Borgers, another week of some drama within the crypto sphere and these fair launches that are being fair at all. But the good thing is that with SwissBorg, we have BorgPad, and I think so BorgPad could be a huge incentive to finally find the best projects. And they're not all good. There's been some, projects that are good, some less good, but at least we try to bring the best way that people could participate within it. I had some good talks with the team of BorgPad, and it looks like they're finding really cool stuff, how to promote this, and of course, how to bring more utility to the Borg. This week has been about as well bringing a new yield strategy, new product update. Let us know what you think about how we could bring the best curation, the best way to tailor information to you, how to help you, to advise you in the best way possible in order to be in the game and to win the game and to become financially free. As always, my name is Cyrus, and be wealthy, be healthy, love our Borg iniquity. Much love, take care guys. Bye.
Thank you for watching our weekly Pow Wow episode. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, tune in next week anyway, so that you can figure out if it's better then. Bye!